We already put in offer for the first boat. So we are new boat owners.
Good morning, guys. Hope you guys are doing great out there. So we've been looking at boats. We have been wanting to live on a sailboat. That was kind of what was pushing this whole RV thing, just to get us to the places comfortably where the more of the boats are. So we've been viewing quite a few, and I think, could it be that today is the day? Well, the truth is, you have to stay tuned to find out.
Alright guys, so we already arrived to see the boat for the second time. We're just gonna see if we got the right amount of storage. Certain things that we see the offers, but make sure that works. Beautiful boat. What do you think, baby?
A nice shape to it.
How you feel about it, baby? Yeah.
If it's meant to be, it'll be. If not, it'll be another one. We'll probably submit it out.
So, how you say it correctly?
Cockpit.
Cockpit. Yeah, electronic. Same.
At the stern, someone in here or on the deck here?
What you asked for, baby?
If
Yeah.
they have that rim style.
Yeah, I've got one over here, I'll show you. It's right here.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Don't worry. We're
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, but you put it on, shower off, you know, if you kind of come off, want to wash the dogs off, want to wash yourself off.
look at this kitchen, guys. Filter.
How's the filter?
Very deep fridge. Very deep freezer. It's a nice kitchen. They have only one head. It's a wet head, so you can shower. Office, working station. This is the captain chair.
Not sure what it's actually called.
Sitting area. Another sitting area table. It's very beautiful.
This one definitely has enough space.
They have the storage that you need. Alright guys, so we already put in offer. So it's exciting, it's nervous, it's all kind of feelings, you know. It's a big amount for us.
It's a massive amount.
It's a massive amount, and we're proud that we are. God give us a chance. Let's see what happened. We had to wait if these people accept the offer, and we have some competition too. But it's the perfect boat. It's beautiful. Have everything that we need. and I cannot wait to be in it. What about you, baby?
So we've seen quite a bit of boats. We've seen probably 10 to 15. I think this is the right boat. So if the offer is accepted, that will be 100% confirmation that this is the boat. But if it's rejected, then hey, there's a boat out there waiting for us.
And then after that, we had to figure it out how to sell the RV and all that good stuff. But anyways, see you later, guys. Alright, good morning, guys. So we have been lost for the past 3 days, right? A little bit of backtracking. We took you to the process of locking the boat, talking with the broker, right?
Broker.
Talking with the broker. And after that, we just was running around, like dealing with insurance and stuff like that. We put in an offer, wait till the offer get accepted, and it did get accepted. So we are new boat owners. Finally, we have our new boat, and we're gonna launch it today. Its name is Proverb. So we're gonna take you to the special moment that we're gonna have launching our new home. It's gonna be our house. We're gonna live in it full time, and we're gonna just, go for the adventure. So I'll see you in the launching area. All right, so we are here, ready to launch. Here is our new home. Our new home right over there. Guys are coming with that big old thing to pick it up. And we're gonna sail to the marina where we're gonna keep the boat for a month. How you feel, baby? She's excited.
I am very excited.
And I got a grill back. I was missing my grill to make some steaks. Now we're gonna make, instead of steak, fish. It's gonna be our new meals. Right, baby? Mommy's gonna go fishing, she say.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is once they've put it in the water, I'm going to get on board. Well, you get on board with, we all get on board and we do some checks. I'll ask them if they can pull it forward and just tie us up. I'll put some dock lines ready and we'll just tie it up out of the lift and we'll spend some time on the boat before we go anywhere. Okay. I need to get a photo of you guys. So one of the things that you have to do is to check the lubrication of the shaft. And that's when the boat's been on land. Let's just pull a couple of these things out of here because I have to get this mattress out. So what we want to do here is check that the shaft is lubricated, because you saw the shaft came out of the boat, it went through that bracket, and then there was the prop on the end. Well, where it goes into the boat, there's a coupling there, and you've got to make sure that that coupling is that there's no air trapped up against it.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to point to it. I want you to look at it, and then I'm going to show you how to squeeze it. It's basically, you're going to grab this tube. It's like a rubber tube, and you're going to squeeze it. Okay. Until you'll hear air. You'll hear shh, very very faint. Shh. Can you hear a little noise? Yes. Keep squeezing. There you go. Keep going. I feel one. Okay, good, perfect. Got it first time. All right, so that's
Nice work.
so that's what you need to do whenever the boat gets launched. The boatyard, theoretically, if you're not present when the boat gets launched, theoretically the boatyard should do that, but they don't always know because each boat has a different. It's called a stuffing box. That's actually the old-fashioned term for it. There are a lot of more modern terms like dripless seal, and this is called a Volvo dripless seal. It's full of grease. Okay. But for your boat, you need to know, and if you get the boat launched and you're not there,
So it's better just check.
you just tell them, that they must do that before they operate the boat. Okay, let's look at the front end of the engine. Over there. So you pull it out. and you check that's nice clean oil.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he didn't, before they left the boat, when they went back to Canada, he did an oil change. We've used the engine briefly since then, but it's still very nice and clean. But you want to
Every how long you want to check your
so the books are going to tell you, the experts are going to tell you, every time you use the engine you should check the oil.
Okay.
I mean, not a lot of people do that, but it's a good principle. All right, so I showed you the seacock earlier.
Mhm.
Okay, that's open there. So that feeds in here. So if your engine overheats, there are a couple of things. Like if you get an alarm and the engine is overheating, you could be starved of cooling water, so it's not cooling the engine. And the places you want to check are here, because you could have weed in here. There's actually almost looks like, I don't know if it's a crack or some weed or something like that, but there's, so if that got clogged up, that's to stop weed from going into the
So it's like a filter.
it's a filter, exactly. The water, it's coming up here, and then in order to get into the engine, it's got to go through the strainer here. Okay, so you want to check the strainer. Sometimes you have to flush the heat exchanger itself. See, the coolant's coming out there quickly as I do that, so that I know that there's lots of coolant in here. I'm not even going to open the whole. I can.
Okay. So
I'm just going to do this.
Actually, you need some coolant.
No, I don't need coolant.
That's just the water.
Look, that's the coolant. It's pink stuff. Okay, and I'm putting it back on so we don't lose it, because it's pressurized.
Okay, and this is the reserve for that coolant.
Correct. Yeah, this is a reservoir, and what happens is, as it gets hotter and the pressure builds up, it'll go up here. So that's low and that's high. Okay.
Oh, so it doesn't need to be high.
No,
it's because when you turn it on, it goes up.
It'll go up. As we heat up the engine, we turn the engine on, it goes up.
Okay.
You know about this stuff, I can tell.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, it's
A little
kind of
bit.
like a car.
Yeah. Same idea. Yeah. So the belt is here. The belt tension's okay. This is your alternator, so that's what provides power, 12 volts to the batteries.
Mm-hmm.
So you always want to make sure your belt tension is there. That's a
filter.
fuel filter. This is the fuel side.
Okay.
The oil filter's down there. It's an orange Fram filter. It's on the right down at the bottom on the side of the.
So it will be easy to get it from the.
Yeah, you're going through the side there.
Okay.
So that's the basics of checking out an engine. There's electrical stuff here. There are a couple of things that I need to. I know the owner told me about something over here. There was some switch or other. This is the battery combiner thing. That switch on the other side.
For the back.
Yeah, this is the battery combiner switch. So on the 12 volt side, we've got lights on. We don't need the lights anymore, so we turn those off. I like to keep as much stuff off because you're saving batteries. But we need the instruments on. We need the autopilot on. One of the things that you're going to need to change is your what's called an MMSI number.
Okay.
That goes in here. He's reported already that he sold the boat, and I think he's putting your name, because he's got your name from the contract and your address, on as having sold too. And then when you go to register the MMSI number, you can ask Rachel if she knows how to do that. I'm not sure, but you have to register this radio, because then if you have a distress situation over here, then they know who they're looking for. They know who to contact. So if you press that button, don't press it unless you are really in distress. It'll send out a signal, and it identifies the boat and the people that own the boat and the contact details for that.
Okay.
So registering the radio through what's called the MMSI is important. He's deregistered it, and you're going to be the new owners of this radio. So this is a single sideband radio, which we said in the listing doesn't actually work. It's the face is here, but it's not connected up and like that. Basically, people don't use single sideband anymore. People use cell phones.
It's good to have it, or not?
Passage across the ocean, and you want to talk to another yacht that's maybe somewhere, or you want to talk to a guy on land somewhere, and you don't have cell phone coverage, or you don't have a satellite phone. Most people these days, when they do crew like long passages, they have a satellite phone. And there's the Starlink, Elon Musk's Starlink thing that's working well for boats and things. There are some issues if you change countries, apparently. People have just discovered, there's a lot of people signed up for it, and then sailors, they were excited about it because there were all these satellites around, and then they discovered that if you go to a different country, you're going to have a different contract, and it's like the price goes through the roof. So you've got to be a little careful about Starlink. But if you're in the US and you want internet, it might be the way to go. You just have a little antenna up on deck, and you're connected. So think about that, because I know you guys are going to need to.
Yeah. Wi-Fi or something.
Yeah.
Uploads and stuff.
Yeah. So I think these are spare keys. plug this in over here. So you just put that in there.
So it does the same thing over there, but over here, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. It's just a remote mic for that. Okay, and then you can turn it back on down there.
So you have to have it off, down,
Yeah,
up here.
somebody just told me that once, that when you plug that in, the remote, you want the power off, because I think it will power surge and it can damage that unit. So I just make sure it's off.